Hey guys, look at this little cootie. He's awesome. Look what I'm holding. Here is a water monitor, and guess what? Water monitors love to bask. For this guy to function properly and happily in captivity, I need to attract him to a basking location with visual light. And I'm doing this follow-up video. I want to tell you what's going on. I just did a video where we were just talking about Arcadia lighting was able to fill a void about our basking lamps that are now being shut down by the Department of Energy here in the States. And so many of the different basking bulbs that we're very used to from ZooMed and whatnot, like the 50 watts, the 75 watts, and the 100 watts, we've actually lost them because by a household standard, the Department of Energy creates a household standard of how much light is going to come from per watts. And these basking lamps do not suffice in a household situation. So that means that a 100-watt basking lamp that we use for this monitor would not be a suitable light source or energy efficient in a home. But for the need of an animal like this, a bearded dragon, a uromastic, a tortoise, whatnot, very much we like that visual light, which is then corresponds to a heat, a UVA source. So I want to tell you this. So right now, Arcadia has come up with the fix by creating basking lamps that fall outside the parameters set by the Department of Energy, and that is about a 2300 Kelvin. Okay, that's the light temperature, 2300. So it's kind of a bit of a yellow bulb, and now we can start getting, the 75 watts, the 50s, the 100 watts, that all fall. I have an itch on my eye. That all fit in there. But please remember, and I need to be clear here, it's a Band-Aid. What we really need is we need the Department of Energy to say, hey, we understand the reptile community has a need for these visual lights with an associated heat source. And we don't have that yet. But the good news is ZooMed, as I understand it, has relationship right now that they've conducted with the Department of Energy. And that means they're explaining to the Department of Energy what we need. And they're having weekly check-ins with the Department of Energy. So I believe possibly ZooMed has facilitated an attorney, because this is really horrific for our reptile industry. And what ZooMed is trying to do is accomplish, we need an exemption for all animal keeping. So this isn't just pet keeping. This is going to be for zoos, hobbyists. This is going to be for poultry, anything that needs these visual lamps. You are being so good. And now look at him. He doesn't want to be a star. You're so cute. So what they're going to do is they're going to request an animal exemption. So not pet. So over in Europe, they have a pet exemption, which allows some of the lights that we're using to be utilized over there. But right now, the Department of Energy has no exemptions for us at all. So the only thing that we can do right now is a Band-Aid. And the Band-Aid is to take their existing parameters and try to see if we can fulfill a lamp obligation with a heat associated with it to give these guys what they need to bask. And so I just found out ZooMed, I don't have a flyer. So ZooMed, I just found out, is coming out with they have a 40 watt lamp, and the 40 watt lamp meets the criteria. So that means that the amount of visual light, the lumens, is within the specs of per watt. So we're getting enough visual light per associated wattage to meet their criteria. They have a 40 watt, and then they have 125, but we still lost, the 50, the 75, and the 100. And those are very critical. Those are very, very popular. How do you feel over there? You've gotten your way. I'm gonna bring him back. Ooh. He's so cute. Water monitors are so rewarding. Do you like that? Now you get to wiggle. Are you gonna stop? Are you gonna locate? Look at me. Isn't he wonderful? So remember guys, these are Band-Aids. So what I don't want to do is I'm not trying to pit Zoo Med against Arcadia or anything like that. I'm not trying to do anything that's going to harm pet keeping, because I've done a video and saying, oh, Arcadia has now resolved all the problem. It's a fix until 2028. As of 2028, these fixes that are right now, these Band-Aids, those will no longer be accepted, and the Department of Energy will also ban those. And what we need to do is we need to skirt the whole thing. We need to get Department of Energy to realize that the reptile keeper hobby is pretty big and there's a lot of people, and we really need resolution. So we need, yes, you're wonderful. See that? His brain just worked. We need to resolve this problem, and we need Department of Energy to say, we're going to give pet keepers and animal keepers, we want to go for the big broad one, which is what Zoo Med's trying to do. We want those exemptions that will be for all the United States, and that is going to be a resolution. So I know that Zoo Med's going to have the 40 watt bulb and the 125 watt bulb in the next few weeks, while Arcadia is going to have theirs here in the States, because they send them by containers, by about mid-October. So at least we have some 4-year solutions, but we still have the same problem in 2028, so we need to resolve that. So hopefully I've made this clear. So right now the two players are clearly Arcadia and Zoo Med, and they're essentially very concerned about animal welfare. We cannot lose these bulbs for everybody's bearded dragons, for everybody's baby chick, ducks, whatever. We need these bulbs accessible to us and affordable. So it's for pet welfare, and hopefully I've clarified this, but right now as we stand, it's literally just a Band-Aid until 2028, and we're gonna try to get some resolution. Look at this. And he's gonna probably crawl right up the middle of my face, right? Yeah. Yes. They're so huggable. Oh, and they got claws. All right, guys. You guys are wonderful. Thank you very much, and thank you for actually taking the time listening to us. And of course, everybody, hopefully you're following our Rodent Pro discount and Reptile Basics discount. It's in the description. You guys are great. I'd love to hear your comments. Hopefully I've clarified all of this, but this is a legit concern, and I just want to make sure I'm being clear. We need to have an exemption. There is no exemption. We need visual light with a heat associated UVA source, and that's really going to be the long-term solution, which means the Department of Energy needs to recognize our hobby and the animal industry, and then the need for these bulbs. You guys are great. Take care.